pom-poms or anything?
No, I haven't.
All right. Can you guess what today's Thankful Thursday is?
It's fun!
It's fun!
That was so much fun.
It was. Almost want to go out and do it again.
Exactly.
We might have to run out at the end.
Running. What brings you joy? Like, what do you love doing?
Well, I love hanging out with you.
I love hanging out with you.
And I love doing this job actually too. I love hanging out with you guys.
This is so much fun actually.
Yeah. I think it's people really, hanging out with people that I love.
Yeah.
Hanging out, doing stuff. I love being outside. I love my garden.
Yeah.
I've got 2 cats. You might have seen them in some of the other videos, especially Monty. He loves being the yoga cat. Yeah. I just try and jam-pack my day with fun, actually.
Yes.
I love doing yoga. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Makes me feel great in my body. What about you, Christina? What makes you have fun? What do you like to do?
Everything. Like, you know what? I think everything that I do, I just love it. Yeah. So, love yoga, obviously. Like.
Yeah, we really do.
We do really love yoga.
Yeah.
I love spending time with my kids. I love spending time with people I love. I love taking nurturing time, reading books. I love walking, like going walking in nature. I love walking up hills. I love being with people. I love being by myself.
Yeah.
I love meditating. I love learning things.
Yep.
I love constantly looking at what is the next thing that I can do.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like there's no limit. So where am I going next?
Yeah. I just had the thought that we've really turned the dial up on fun in our lives, haven't we?
Yeah. When did that happen?
I was going to say it wasn't always like that.
No.
It wasn't always like that.
No.
And in fact, I'm not sure how you feel about your life, You might be sitting there thinking, oh, it's all right for those two. Yeah, nothing.
All they do is have fun.
Yeah, nothing bad's ever happened to us.
We've never been depressed or like sad or lonely.
Or full of grief.
Yeah.
Or in pain.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Heartbroken.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I think for a period, actually, and I might have mentioned this in an earlier Thankful Thursday, that I started my journey in earnest when I was about 21 because I was in so much pain and because I really believed that I was completely flawed, and it took me about 10 years to pull myself out of that. So I was living, but I was miserable. So that baseline of who I am and how I experience life over the period of the practice of yoga, because I really believe that yoga has been the cornerstone of my
transformation.
Yeah. I've done a heck of a lot of other stuff, but the constant has been every morning I meditate, every day I do yoga for that whole period of transformation.
Yeah. I think that yoga provided that same kind of inspiration for me in a different way, because I used to be this thinking person, really from about here, and the rest of me, you too, the rest of me was just carrying this head around, because in my family, you were valued if you could think new thoughts, or you could remember stuff, or you were articulate and you could say things and talk about things. And so I really felt that it was my thinking mind, it was the most important part of me, and I actually didn't look after myself very well.
Yeah, and it's because obviously I was detached from my body too, was completely out of my body, and had to get back in. And I think maybe that's why the practice of yoga has been so attractive to both of us, is that it's a practice of embodying your experience and really getting in tune with this physical vessel that we have, which is referred to as the temple, is referred to like this is the container for your life force and your experience and your interpretation of life. So heck, why not have
a good relationship with it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, although you see, I've always known that I was going to do yoga.
Yeah.
So obviously a little bit of my thinking mind already knew, you know, whether it was from another time or whatever, that when I first went to my first class, which was a night class, and I was living away in the countryside and went to a local high school to go to my first yoga class, it was sort of like I knew I was going to go at some stage, and then it just turned up, I saw it, and I went along to the class. And, you know, my brain didn't really have very much idea about yoga, because I didn't even know, if I stood with one leg behind me, I didn't even know where that leg was. Was it straight out behind me? Was it to the left? I just have to look. I was so out of touch with my body. But through that, and I think if you read anything about it, about me, I say that, you know, I loved it from the first practice that I did. All of a sudden, I was in my body, and it wasn't one of those times when, you know, maybe at school where you were supposed to be, I don't know, playing a game, or you were doing some kind of fitness or something, and, you know, I was never terribly coordinated, and it was always like, I could fail at this. With yoga, there is no failure.
No.
Whatever you're doing,
it's perfect.
It's perfect for you right then in the way you're doing it.
Yeah.
What a joy. What fun.
I know.
What fun.
And I think that's the thing, is that's probably, I mean, there's so many gifts that have come from the yoga practice. And when you think about, like, so yoga's way more than the asana. And
that's the movements.
The poses.
The poses.
Yes. Yeah. So there's a whole lot of there's 8 limbs basically, but the outcome is living in more joy, right? Living in more love, living in more peace, and like your mind being completely clear of all the rubbish that it might have collected along the way. And heck, if you were anything like I was, I collected a lot of rubbish.
Yeah. Who said what to who, what you did, what you didn't do, all those things that you come through from childhood even, hanging around.
Yeah. And, you know, just little things like on my journey, I remember a teacher saying once, you know, when you gossip about someone else, then that's not okay, and all of that stuff. And I had this little aha moment. This obviously shows you a little bit about who I was at that time in my life. I was like, well, if we're not gossiping about people, what am I going to talk about? But if you're gossiping about people, like, you're not in a high vibration.
No.
You're not having
you're being mean.
Exactly. You're not having a good time, and it's such small conversation, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas, and just eliminating little things like that, all of a sudden the vibration starts to raise. Yeah,
that's right. Because who said what to whom about whatever is actually gone and past.
Who cares?
That's right. We're in the moment, having fun.
Exactly.
Moving our bodies.
Yeah.
Living well. Yeah.
And loving this moment. Because heck, it's the last moment that we're having that's exactly like this in the next 100 years of our life, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm never gonna have this moment again.
Yeah.
Ever.
Exactly. And in some of the terrible grief-filled times of my life, there's people very close to me who aren't having any more moments at all.
Yeah.
You know, that they stopped, my sister stopped having any more days in her life when she was 44. You know, and if you want to spend your days with joy, you have to think, well, actually, I'm going to do something that's a bit more purposeful and in the moment, and something that's going to bring joy to other people and have fun with other people, because I might not wake up tomorrow.
No. And I remember that was another thing, was like, the only reason you need to be celebrating is the fact that you woke up and you're breathing now, right?
Yeah.
And there's so much of, we just take life for granted. And we get addicted to feeling a certain way, and obviously we've taught ourselves to be addicted to feeling great. through the practices that we teach you in our courses quite freely. There's a whole lot of great tips and hints and tricks in our courses, but most people aren't taught to be addicted to feeling great.
No.
And in fact, if you look at modern consumer media and stuff like that, actually they want you to feel terrible because they want you to be buying that pair of shoes so that you think, oh, I look great because I've got these pair of shoes, and then that lasts for about 3 seconds, and then you go back to not feeling great anymore.
So you buy something else.
Yeah.
So Thankful Thursday.
Yes.
Being grateful for every moment.
Yes.
And the more grateful you are,
yes,
the better you feel about your life.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be for those shoes, or it could be because you might just love them and just can't wait to wear them.
Oh yes. I've got many a pair of shoes
like
I'm
that.
like, yeah.
Yeah, me too. So having a gratitude practice of being thankful every day for the little things and the big, the natural things of maybe the sunshine or the cloud and the rain, for people in your life, for animals in your life, for having a tap that has water in it, a loo that flushes.
Oh, if you think back, all of those stuffs,
those stuffs, Christina.
those things, all of those things, if we transported ourselves back 500 years we said that in our house we had a tap and we had clean water and no one was going to die from drinking it, or no one had to walk 20k to get it, that would have been miraculous.
Yeah. That
would have been a miracle, right? We're living better today than the kings and queens. Hundreds of years ago.
That's right. To have this technology so that we can record this, share it with you. You can watch it any old time you like. You can watch it on your laptop or your computer or your phone or your iPad or whatever.
Yeah.
All that technology is, that's really recent.
That's really miracle. That's a real miracle,
yeah.
Right? But we just take so much for granted, and then we get caught up in this habitual thinking about what's not right, what's not good, all of these things. And the practice of yoga that we've been trained in is about fully experiencing life and fully embodying every moment of life, right? Because life is... This isn't a dress rehearsal.
That's right. This is it.
Yeah.
This is it, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She was really good at feeling sorry for herself. That's what we get remembered for. No.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You. What do you want people to say about you? She was full of fun. She was full of life. She was full of laughter.
Yes, exactly. And when we're having fun, because fun is an attractive energy. Celebration is an attractive energy. The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more in your life you have to praise and celebrate, right?
Well, that's right. The more you're thankful for your life, the more you have to be thankful for.
Yeah.
So the same kind of thing. It's raising that vibrational energy around you. So you're attracting more things into your life. More fun.
Yes. And it's then start the first question that we asked each other, what is it about your life? What are the things in your life that bring you joy? Yeah, well, maybe you need to ask yourself that question too.
And actually, there's a task that may seem daunting to start with, but can you write down 100 things that you're joyful or grateful for or bring you joy? 100.
And then can you do them all?
One after the other before you go to bed? No, maybe not. But we're so used to focusing on what's not going right in our lives.
Yes.
That we have to fix this and we have to get better at that and we have to do the other. Whereas actually, let's just look at now. What are, 15, what are 30, what are 50? Can you do the 100? What are 100 things that you can be joyful about in your life?
Yeah. I love, all the things that bring you joy, and how can you insert them into your day? I love singing, I love dancing, I love yoga, I love being playful and doing handstands, or all kinds of different things. And it's like, so how do I get the opportunity to belt out a song?
So do you do your morning routine of having a joyful song on in the mornings?
I do.
Yeah.
And actually,
a playlist?
I do. And I specifically choose a song. This is going to show you how anal I am about life, but I'm...
Okay.
Audrey says nothing. But like, I specifically choose a song that's supporting me in an area that I might be working through. So at the moment, like, I'm just kind of working through like love and relationships.
Okay. Recurring theme, is it?
It keeps popping up in these Thankful Thursdays. But anyway, so the song that I listen to is, at the moment, Alanis Morissette, Head Over Feet. But I've listened to Happy,
Pharrell Williams.
Pharrell Williams. I've listened to our Flashdance song, At First When There's Nothing. Like, so in the morning, what a feeling! You know?
Yeah.
What a feeling!
An 80s playlist.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Showing my age. But it's like that whole, like, if I want to be really springboarding my day and getting my brain in the right state for hitting the world, the music I play.
Music really helps, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And movement helps too, doesn't it? And it doesn't have to be conventional yoga. It could be dancing to that music, or just dancing to your own rhythm, or whatever it is, isn't it? Because the way you get more energy and life into your body is by moving it.
Yes, and priming it up.
Yeah.
Exactly. But even with the yoga practice, because it's interesting, the way my life is structured is that my practice happens in the evening.
Okay.
And it happens, like, well, when the kids were younger, it happened after they went to bed, which was at 8 o'clock. Now they, never go to bed.
Teenagers, eh?
Yeah, no, so I never get to practice yoga. I'm joking. But so the way that, so by 8 o'clock, after working, cleaning the house, looking after 2 young children, I was kind of tired. But I would roll the mat out, because my teacher would always say, just roll the mat out, just get on it and just say to yourself, I'm just going to do 5 minutes, and then you'll always be surprised that 5 minutes will turn into 45.
Or even 12.
Yeah, whatever it might be, right?
Yeah.
So just get on the mat and just do something, even if it's just sitting and breathing, because breathing changes your state.
It does.
Yeah. But I always, without a word of a lie, after a yoga practice, would notice 2 things. The first thing was I felt more energized and alive in my body.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second thing, I noticed it by chance one day, and then I was like, just checked that it was happening all the time, was that my eyes looked more alive. Like my face looked more alive. I actually looked more beautiful after a yoga practice than before the yoga practice. So even if you're feeling tired, just do it.
Yeah, just do it and have fun doing it, and don't beat yourself up about it.
No.
Because that's the thing, that's the regret thing, which, if you're having fun, you're not having regrets.
Yes.
Regrets are something you don't need to have.
No.
Because what happened, and now we just go on with the moment that we've got now.
Exactly.
So, do yoga,
Yeah.
have fun, dance around the room,
Sing.
move your body, be thankful.
Yeah, exactly. And choose a really cheesy song.
Yeah, the cheesier the better, louder the better. Well, unless you live with close neighbours or your grandparents or something.
Yeah, exactly. Write your list of 100 things that bring you joy.
Wouldn't that be great?
And
Share them with us. What kooky things did you come up with in the end? Because, when you get up to about 57, you might think, I don't have anything else that I could have fun or be joyful about in my life. But actually, push on through. You can do it. We know you can. I've done it. It was tough. But I got there. 100 things.
Yeah. And then do them.
Yeah.
Right.
Check them off.
Exactly.
Add to it.
And have a bucket list of things that you want to do. Because that's the thing. Your focus is about what brings you joy,
Yeah.
Right? Not what brings Audrey joy, that I should live in Audrey's shadow, and just because Audrey thinks doing 100 push-ups a day is fun.
Which Audrey was that?
I know, that was the first thing that came into my
That might
mind.
not be. But I did try and do 108 sun salutations at the new year. I only got to 62 or something, but
that's all right.
Next 1st of January, I might try 108 again.
I might try that too. That's a good idea.
Anyway, don't be anybody else. Be yourself. Be authentically you, doing your things, and be joyful. Yeah,
and don't worry if someone says that's dumb. You just say that's cool. You find your things that bring you joy, and you do them too, brother. Like, painting, cooking. There's so many things.
So many things. So
go forth.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Have fun. Be joyful. Be thankful. And have a great week, and we look forward to seeing you again next Thursday.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Awesome. Namaste.
Namaste.